so on, you're gonna need money. That's a fact, you're gonna need money. None of this no money down nonsense, it's not real. Don't become the one day statistic that everybody becomes. I'll do this one day, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this tomorrow. Do something now that's gonna help you tomorrow, where you can say, I'm so happy I did that yesterday.
I want you to share something which you've never shared before. Something about you that is a secret. Welcome back to my channel where we discuss personal development, business and everything else that's connected. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, then please hit the like and subscribe button. Just to let you know, we are now releasing videos every Wednesday 11 AM and every Sunday 3 PM. Make sure to tune in as you don't want to miss them. You know what it is? I just wanted to get you on, and because we've known each other for like a few years now, really. But we've never really connected. I know you're an interesting guy, and I thought, you know what, it's good to just connect with people, right?
Yeah, of course.
And see what they're up to. How old are you?
Take a guess.
30, in your 30s?
I'm in my 30s,
Yeah. So you've been around the block, you've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And where, like, with a lot of young people, like, they probably look up to you, right? And plus,
yeah, I guess, yeah.
And you'll be able to provide some good value.
Yes, I mean...
Do you know what I mean?
I'm a person who only wants to be given value all the time.
Yeah.
You got to be a person of value. My dad used to always say, be a person of value.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like automatic now,
Are you married?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got kids in that? Or?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I got 2 children.
So that's your private life, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't talk about it.
You were literally, I was thinking about it today. Is he married? Is he in a relationship? What's his situation?
Yeah, I don't like advertise. Private life is private life.
Of course it is.
You see people who put their stuff all over the internet and all that. I'm like, everybody's in your business.
Yeah.
How can you, nah.
How long have you been married for now?
12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what's the secret sauce?
I don't know.
Communication?
Communication is key.
Separate bathrooms? Is it?
That would help. No, separate bathrooms would be like, if you have a family, you need to have 2 bathrooms. That's 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets messy otherwise.
Yeah.
As you can imagine.
So how many kids have you got?
Just 2. Yeah.
What the ages are they?
My daughter's 12 and my son is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And school, everything down here at the school, or
They're
are
in
you
school? Well,
private
my son now is homeschooled. My daughter's going to be homeschooled after the year finishes. So like she's got like a week or something left.
Yeah. Can I ask why?
We don't believe in the school system in this country.
Okay.
It's in a poor state, and also
I've not got kids, right? So I'm coming from an angle with no kids. So I just want to know.
Of course, yeah. So
and plus, it'd be interesting for people to know, right?
Yeah. So my point of view is that the way that the school system isn't built to build leaders, really and truly. It's built to build workers. And you have to sit there, go through everything, listen to what they say. You can't ask questions. It hasn't changed since the time we were in school.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure I might be older than you.
How old are you?
36.
Yeah. So we're similar age.
Yeah, similar age. Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't changed. It's in my eyes, it's gone downhill really. And just seeing what they learn, the things that they bring home, the stuff they make them study, it's got no value to, real life.
Yeah.
So we've got to take back our children's education, take back what they're learning and increase their creativity and vision to be able to help humanity as a whole.
I've heard so many people say that they want to homeschool them, they want to private school them, or they want to take them somewhere abroad. And it seems like you have a similar belief, right?
Yeah.
But see, when we was in school, like, probably similar. What's changed like to now to then? Apart from the basic stuff, what else has changed in terms of education?
I just think it's got worse, to be honest. The teachers aren't very... Thinking back to when I was school, right? You had teachers who were very specialised in certain areas.
Yeah.
But now it seems like all the teachers are just like generic. No one really specialised in anything particular. Or if there is, they leave the schools fairly quickly now. So you have a good teacher, then they're gone.
Yeah.
Like this rotation is happening way too much. And it unsettles the children, My son was never happy at school. So, take him out.
Do you think social media helps? or do you keep them away from school? How do you manage that aspect of it?
They don't go on social media.
So they haven't got phones, yeah?
They've got phones, but they don't, it's not for social media. They watch like YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
They don't go on like the social media outlets. We told them they're not allowed, they're not old enough, and they respect it and they understand that.
Yeah,
But you have that, you know, when you instill that in your children, they'll listen to you rather than trying to run around and be like the crowd. They're not, my children, not like that.
Jamal, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I done a little research on your Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
You've sourced over 2.5 million worth of properties.
Yeah.
You manage properties. You offer consultations. And I don't know if I've missed anything out. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You come from Birmingham?
I have today, yeah.
Yeah. What's the plans?
Well, going...
After this, you're going straight back?
Yeah, I'm going to go straight back home, yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about, in your own words, how would you describe yourself to people? Like, what do you do in terms of what you do?
I would just say that I'm quite experienced in the world of business.
Yep.
I've been running business since I was about 14 years old. Been in and out
14?
of business. Yeah, in and out of business.
Okay.
Alongside working as well.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm into property. So I'm a property portfolio builder.
Yeah.
Or they'll say sourcing, what people like to say.
Yeah.
But I like to do like a whole package where it's very tailor-made to the investor from start to finish. Like looking for houses to giving them the keys at the end.
Yeah.
Everything in between. So that's what my focus is on. I'm in the rent-to-rent space as well, which is how I launched my property business in the first place.
Yep.
Been doing that since 2018.
Yeah.
It's been good, you know, good learning on the way. I want to scale that, but not to the level where other people have scaled theirs. Because you've had a lot of people on here who have done rent-to-rent as well. Some people who I've followed over the years as well. But I'm not trying to be this rent-to-rent guru. At the minute, some people see me as that because of all the knowledge I have. But it's just part of the process.
Got it.
So, yeah.
What do you actually do then? What's your day-to-day like? Like, how do you help people? How do you make money?
So at the minute, I'm doing quite a bit of mentoring and coaching.
Right.
In terms of, like, there's a lot of newbies who are getting to rent-to-rent.
Yeah.
So where I've been giving value for free on a lot of different platforms, people then coming to me personally and I'm like, right, I can help you with this. Put them on a package where I help them for 3 months, or it might even just be for an hour. So people pay me for an hour and I dive into everything they need to get themselves sorted. I've helped a few people launch their businesses as well. So
do you enjoy that? Do you enjoy the coaching part of it?
Yeah. I've been doing that since, 2013 really. Coaching, like, people.
Yeah, like in just general terms, and then yeah. Okay, so you help people if they want to build or start off either in business, or primarily like rent-to-rent or property stuff type stuff.
Sourcing as well.
Sourcing as well. Yeah. You'll give them basically all the mistakes that you've made, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But you don't do it for free, do you?
No.
Yeah. I thought you said you do it for free. I'm like,
no.
Don't do it for free.
I'm in a lot of like property groups where I'll give out knowledge for free, just where people are asking questions, and if it's like wrong what they're saying, I'll just be like, here, no, this is what it is. This is X, Y, and Z.
You're known for your no-nonsense approach.
Yeah. I mean, some people say it's a bit egotistical, but it's not. It's just straight facts. Like, if you're doing something which I see a mistake's going to happen with you thinking that way, I'm going to come in and say, you should be thinking like this, or that's not correct. This is that, and people love it or they hate it, and I don't really care either way. But if it's giving value, then that's what's important. Yeah.
Okay. So, how many rent-to-rents have you got?
Currently, we're down to 3. I've just dropped one off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and is it producing good cash flow?
Yeah. So each unit brings in £1,000 a month.
That's good.
Consistently, yeah. Sometimes on a slow month, there's been a couple months where I've had an empty unit, completely empty.
Right.
Obviously, the rest of the units then make up for that. But it's part and parcel of the business, you know. These things can happen. And yes, I could have maybe done a bit more to make sure it was filled. But where I'm like, this is the number I want to make, I'm very stubborn in terms of reducing pricing, you know, because I know it's the location which is important.
Okay. Yeah. Is that what's important in the rent-to-rent game?
Location works a lot, especially location and your guest avatar, who you are, you know, building the unit for.
Yeah.
So who do you want to be in there?
So the three that you have, what are they, apartments or are they houses or what are they?
Apartments.
Okay, where are they, like in central Birmingham?
Central Birmingham, yeah.
just for people watching, when is the peak season and when is the off-peak season, or it doesn't work like that?
It depends on who your, like I said, the guest avatar.
So who's your avatar?
Professionals. So I'm always going for the professionals, professional workers, people who are moving around, moving around cities, going here for work, going there for work. Also, you want to get relocations in there as well. I've had 2 relocations where they stayed for a period of months at a time, which is good because you don't need to worry about turnovers, cleaning all the time.
Yeah.
You just get them in there. If they have any issues, you see to those issues, and at the end you clean it. It's very straightforward, very easy.
So in a way, the long-term bookings are really better, aren't they?
Way better, yeah. And you can give deals as well to people as well, because obviously everybody's in it to make money. Everybody has what they want to make threshold. I say minimum you want to make a uni is £800 per room.
£800 per room.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you're making that, you're good.
Yeah, you only need 2 really to cover your expenses, isn't it?
Yeah.
The rest is all.
Which is why I haven't really scaled to like 10, 20, 30, because I'm like, do I really want to set up a whole team to go down that route? Then I'm stuck doing rents. But that's not my entire game. The rent there is just to bring in cash flow, and I want to do the portfolio building, like going into developments, project management, which I'm doing at the minute.
Okay, let's talk about that then. What do you mean by portfolio building? What's that? Pay attention. I've got some exciting news for you guys. I've launched a 7-day total free audio course for you guys, which is going to help you improve and elevate your mindset, and it's also going to help you in your business. All you have to do is go and sign up every single day, day 1 to day 7. You will receive a free 2-minute audio from me in my own words, in my voice, and what that will do is help you in your business and your mindset. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it.
So people will call it sourcing.
Yeah.
I don't call it sourcing because what I do isn't just, I don't just find a property and then find an investor and then there you go, it's done. No, because when people are looking for houses, it's for their portfolio, whether it's for their own personal house or it's for, their business portfolio to bring in cash flow for their lifetime. So what I tend to do is I'll find the property. Obviously, you have to go over everything that
due diligence and everything.
On the person as well, what they're looking for. If you can actually help them as well, is an issue. You've got to qualify them, right? So it's everything it sells. You've got to qualify them first, see if you can help. If you can help, then you say, right, what's the criteria you're looking for? They're looking for X, Y, and Z in wherever it is. You find it. You then negotiate the deal for them. They check it over themselves. If they're happy, you then go ahead to purchase. Put the offer in, try and get the offer accepted. Once this offer is accepted, I then also continue with the phase of the conveyancing side of things. So if they want to be hands-off, they can, because I know how to go through conveyancing phase, and I can do that for you. Obviously, it's part of the package, so you pay the cost for it. But most people don't know how to do that. They don't even know what conveyancing is. They just know they buy the house, they give it to the solicitor, but there's all these back and forth which has to happen.
Of course,
you know, checking things like covenants and X, Y, and Z which can go out. And there's loads of things that can also go wrong during the process. And my job is to make sure that I facilitate that it goes through smoothly.
Give the customer the best
peace
experience.
of mind,
Yeah.
Then once the property's bought, and then collect the keys.
And I guess, do you offer a third phase as well if they want project management then?
Yeah, and that's the third phase. So then we're going over what do they want to do with the property, what's their time frame of, see if we can deliver that for them. Putting them on a project management package where I'll project manage the whole thing. Nice.
So, when investors come up to you and say, look, Jamal, find us a property, on average, what are their expectations in terms of the return on investment? Are they saying, is it huge? Is it ridiculous? Or is it, what's on average, what is it?
Generally, people don't know what to expect. They see something somewhere online and they think, oh, that's what I want. That's not how the world works. I had one guy telling me he wanted to turn, I can't remember the amount, but he said he wanted to turn a couple 100,000 into 2 million in 12 months. I said to him, I said to him, you're laughing. This is not realistic at all. And he goes, oh, what is realistic then? And I said, no. We're not going to have this conversation because you need to go away, come back and, rekindle yourself, then we can have a conversation. I'm not here to sell you dreams or, ruin what your expectation is. Go and find out what is real, what is true. Then we can have a talk, see if we can work together.
I think it's so important to just keep it as real like that, isn't it?
100%.
Because then you'll only get people that are going to gravitate towards you that are real.
That's it. You don't want time wasters. You don't want clowns. You don't want some people might be offended that I call people clowns. Some people are clowns. They are, like, just the way they act. But that's the truth and the fact of it. You've got to make sure you got the right people who are gonna. You have to see eye to eye when you're working with someone.
No, 100%. I totally agree. Are you looking to buy your own houses as well and do them up as well eventually down the line, or you're not really?
Yeah. So my goal in property is to build from the ground up.
Really, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
So literally, like, buy a land.
Big scale development. That's my goal. Always been my goal.
Interesting.
So that's where.
And how's that looking for you at the moment? What is the process that you have to put in place to get there?
The stage where I'm at, I don't have the funds to be able to go and there's a piece of land, let me buy it.
Got it.
So I need to bring in people together.
Yeah.
As teams to then deliver these sort of projects. My vision is to be able to create communities, so build like actual communities, houses, apartments, shopping centres. I'm talking like
huge
new areas. That's always been like a thing for me. So
in UK, yeah.
In the UK or even abroad
Got
as
it.
well. So I've been places. So when you travel, you see things, and then you think, right, there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity there. Back home, there's an opportunity there. How can we deliver something or get in the right? You got to get in the right circles.
Yeah.
My thing now is getting around more developers, people who are thinking big and doing big, and step by step talking about what I want to do and how to deliver it. I know how to find land. I know how to appraise land.
Yeah.
So now it's about finding the people who have the money who want to also do the
Bring
same
them
thing.
on board, and
That's it.
it's interesting. Yeah. Is it any good people in UK that offer this sort of mentoring for that, or are you not really looking down to go?
There's a few people who do the development side of things, but again, I've had some bad experiences with trying to get mentored by people. So
Gonna call someone out, bro. Or you're not looking to create no beef?
Nah, it's not about beef. It's about trying to understand. But I've had pretty bad experiences with mentors. So what I try to do is learn as much as I can.
Yeah.
From the right people. Whether it's free or whether it's just being around and talking. Because the most important thing is networking in business and in life as well. In business.
Yeah.
You find people who are talking about certain things in certain areas, and then you just talk about stuff. You start talking, and next thing you know, you've got a deal happening over a bar of chocolate. Like
it can happen. Serious, yeah.
So I can't really pinpoint or say go to that person for this or go to that person for that, because everybody needs to go their own path, and then you want to give a recommendation, but if they get let down because of your recommendation, which I've seen happen many times.
Yeah.
I'd just rather not give a recommendation and say, what do you want to do? Well, look here, look there. Point them in the right direction.
Let's talk networking events, right? Yeah. Because what I want to know is there's so many networking events out there.
Yeah.
How do you find the good ones? Because for me, I don't like going to the same ones, see the same people like every week in, week out.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy with networking?
So the way I try and see it is, when I first got into, like, say, property, I'm going to talk about property because that's what's relevant now.
Have some water if you want.
No, I'm fasting.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're fasting?
Yeah.
You're fasting today?
Yeah.
How come?
Monday and Thursday, it's Prophet used to fast. So
Yeah.
With networking, so the way I look at it now is, okay, what events haven't I been to before? What are the sort of people that go there?
Yeah.
So I kind of look at if there's any footage of who was there before, speakers were, X, Y, Z. And I think, right, I want to go to that. Or I might just get invited to something. I'm not getting a lot of fun from going to ones where there's the same sort of people.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good to see everybody. But the reason for networking is to put yourself forward and get yourself into other spaces.
Yeah.
When I first started out, that's what I was doing. And that's how I quickly went from having nothing to actually doing business in property.
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at, okay, where do developers go? I need to go to business networking events now.
Yeah.
Ones where there's more people doing
a few
things.
breakfast clubs and certain...
Breakfast club, perhaps. I'm also focusing as well on the Islamic community. So I'm going to start going to more Muslim-based events as well.
Yep.
Around the UK. If there's some in Birmingham, and I know there's some in London as well.
Yeah.
And I used to go to a lot of events with, like the wealthy Arabs in London. So it's about getting back into those circles again as well.
How did that work for you? Was that helpful?
So that was from...
get any leads from there?
Well, this was before property I'm talking now, so I'm going
Got it.
way back now.
Yeah.
I had friends. I grew up with Arabs, so I've got Arab friends. So we used to always go out in central London, and you just mix with people, and then you're just going places, and you're meeting people. Like, the money that they have is crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
When you see the sort of money they have, it's ridiculous, and the places where they stay in, because a lot of them come over from the UAE or wherever they're coming from.
Yeah.
Brunei or Saudi, and they come and they stay in central London, and they've bought they've paid to stay in this house or apartment. It's massive, of course, but they're paying stupid money for it.
Yeah.
So there's a market there.
Of course.
So you can get around those circles, you're going to find them. And I know where to find them.
Yeah.
I've been in those,
you've been there,
been there before, so it's about going back into those circles and trying to get onto different schemes where people are doing things.
Yeah.
Business
and the point here is get out more, see different things.
100%.
Don't just go to the same place, is it?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're going to stay stagnant, basically.
That's it. You stay stagnant. You just be around the same people who are also probably doing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
You go there, start talking. It becomes like a party, and that's a bit.
Yeah. Okay, I really want to ask you about this. On your Instagram, it says Halal Creative Property Strategists.
Yeah.
Explain. Tell me a little bit more.
So, halal just means that you're not doing anything dodgy, really. So,
Yep.
obviously, like in as a Muslim, you can't use interest.
Yep.
It's called riba. We can't
Yeah,
deal with it. We can't associate in it. We can't do anything with it. Property obviously is built around that. So is the banking system, but where you can limit yourself in terms of how you engage with it is like this. You can do property sourcing, which has nothing to do with that. You can do rent to rent, which also has nothing to do with that. Maybe the landlord has the mortgage, but that's not directly associated with yourself.
With you, yeah.
Yeah. So there's property sourcing, there's rent to rent, and there's also just consulting, project management as well.
Yeah.
Like, none of that involves any riba, so it's halal money. So that's what that means.
It's interesting you say that, because I get a lot of messages from a lot of Muslims say that, oh, well, in order for us to make money via property, we're going to have to get mortgages, which is going to be interest, don't want to go down that road. And you're saying that, well, go down property sourcing then. Good income, you got rent to rent, you got service accommodation, you got project management.
Yeah. And there's also as well, there's Islamic finance options which people can use.
Have you explored them?
I know a little bit about them, but I haven't fully sat down with a mortgage broker and discussed them properly. But
Shaz will know, and he's coming on in a few weeks. Yeah, I'm going to ask him about that.
Shaz will know. I had a small interaction with him about that. But if you follow there's Islamic finance channel on YouTube, they do a whole thing about it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, and there's loads of things. I mean, to be honest, the way you can even find out is just go down to the Islamic Bank of Britain and just ask them, or give them a call.
Very true.
IBB, they'll tell you.
Yeah. So, what's your background? Which country are you originally from, and did you come from there, or tell me a little bit? Give me a bit of background of Jamal.
So I'm fully British.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So yeah, I'm fully British. I was actually born in Coventry, but I lived in London my whole life.
Okay.
My parents are from Jamaica, whose parents are from Jamaica, whose parents are from Jamaica, whose parents were slaves from Nigeria. So I'm basically Nigerian.
Nigerian.
Yeah.
I'm going there at the end of this month.
Yeah, I know.
Have you been there? Have you been back to Nigeria? Because I've heard that there's a lot of opportunities there.
Oh, there's loads there. So I went there for the first time in December.
Yeah.
We were there for the whole month. It was amazing. Yeah.
Expensive or?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's amazing. So in Nigeria, if you've got money, say money coming in from the UK, like a steady income, or you're doing something which is business related, you can live like a king.
So if you've got $3 grand coming in from each 3 apartments, $1 grand each, and you shift your life up there,
you can live easily.
Easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can live comfortably here, never mind.
Yeah, you can live easy.
Do you have plans to go there then, or?
I plan to go back again. I'm not sure when we're going. I need to ask my wife. We need to arrange it. But yeah, we're going to go back again. We were actually talking the other day about going for an extended period of time. I think she said 2 months or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. And obviously now we're homeschooling, we can do that as well.
You can, yeah. That's interesting. So see, just on your businesses, your service accommodation business, your rent-to-rent business, is it at the moment systemized, or do you manage everything?
Systemized, yeah.
Okay.
So I manage it all, but it's all systemized. I don't really do much. unless there's a problem which I have to address.
Yeah.
It's all systemized. So the whole communication with guests is systemized. The whole payment system is systemized. The cleaning schedules, all like that. It's all systemized. If I need a maintenance issue getting sorted, I just call maintenance guy.
Yeah,
Very easy to do. And I did that from the very beginning, systemized it.
Did you?
Yeah.
So what does your day look like then at the moment when you get up in the morning? What do you do?
Get up in the morning, I pray.
Yep.
That's the first
When do you
thing I
get
do.
up? Like,
So I do try to get up for Fajr every day, but it's,
Yeah.
that's my difficulty. I try.
Okay.
Then obviously my daughter's still going to school, so get ready for school. She goes to school.
Yeah.
I haven't implemented gym back in my routine yet. Something I need to start doing.
Yeah. I didn't even say anything.
I just know, I'm kicking myself out here. But and then I check on my so what I do with my rent-to-rent business is I check the market for what's happening with rates.
Got it.
Daily I'll check my rates, just to make sure that the place is getting filled.
Yeah.
If I need to adjust them, I'll adjust them. If something's happening, I check what's going on in the area in the next month or so.
So you're checking a month ahead of
Yeah.
what's going on.
I check 2 months ahead. I check 2 months ahead.
So you're not waking up today and checking what's happening this week.
No, I'm checking.
Because that's already been done.
Checking what's happening in the future.
You got it.
Yeah, because how I see it is that if you can get yourself booked in the future, your first booking can be your most expensive booking.
Yeah.
So your rates can be higher, and then once that one gets booked up, even if it's like 5 days, you can drop your rates.
Yeah.
And then you get more people in, and then you fill up the days that way.
So that research that you do is key, isn't it?
It is.
Because that could literally make, in a month, bring in 1,000 or 1,500, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we had the Commonwealth Games last year, it was crazy. Like I put the rates way high, and everybody's booking because nobody could get anywhere to stay. So people were booking crazy amounts. I had one £160 a night. They're only one beds.
Yeah. Are they all one beds? Yeah.
Yeah. And someone paid £100.
Is that the key? Is that they start with one beds or?
Start with what you have. So my intro into rent to rent started way back in 2018. It wasn't business side of things. So what happened was my brother was living with my father. He passed away, and we needed to get his rent paid. So I said, why don't we do this? At first he was like, nah, don't know, people coming in and out where I'm living. I said, well, what other options do you have? You can sell things, or you can buy and sell things, or you can work overtime in what you're doing, or use what you have. There's a house there, there's empty rooms, you can rent out the rooms.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We started doing service accommodation on Airbnb. It was in Wembley, so it's easy there's a lot of events. So there was a lot of people coming, which is good because it helped. But that's where it started, and that was a 4-bed house. So it really depends on what comes across your across your path. If you're starting out and you want to take somewhere on, you're gonna need money. Like that's a fact. You're gonna need money. None of this no money down nonsense. It's not real. Yeah, everything costs.
Say
money.
that again, because the people hear it. Say that again, bro.
There's no money down. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, after you look at it 6 months or a year ahead, then you can say, okay, that was a no money down deal. But when you're getting into it, you need cash.
Yeah.
Like you need cash, whether it's yours or someone else's. Cash is needed to take on any sort of deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, it's going back to the point that you can start with a 1-bed, a studio, or you can start with, 2-bed, 3-bed house.
Yeah.
If you're going down HMO, went to HMO sort of route, you can just start with 1 room. You don't need to get the whole house.
Yeah.
There's multiple different ways you can get into it. So it all depends on what you have in your arsenal and how you can deliver it fast. Because the whole point of doing rent to rent is getting cash in quick.
Cash in quick, yeah. So for those of you who have jobs and for those of you who are not liking your jobs, that is a good entry point.
Yeah.
And you can get in touch with Jamal and he will obviously help you out, but he will charge you though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If it's like a thing where you need teaching of how to do it, you're going to get charged.
100%.
But if you just need like hints and tips, people can find me. I'm always throwing hints and tips here. But if you need a real, like an hour where you need to go through, like, how do I do this? I'm stuck. Or
Pick your head basically, yeah.
Then I'll charge you for an hour of my time.
You're
and then
paying.
You jump on a Zoom and I'm going to give you everything you need plus more.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your plans then? Because you said to me in the lobby that you want to build this to what, 20 or something? Is that what you want to do?
I want to have like 20 units mixture of houses, apartments, even looking at HMOs as well, taking someone to, just because I want the cash flow to be larger, so then I can solely
do more
focus
stuff.
do more things. Yeah.
Is that your plans to just get going with that this year, or?
Yeah. So I've already started looking at.
Good.
There's a block that I'm looking at already. I just got to go through the DD of it later on today.
That would be a good place to start getting into blocks, right?
Yeah. Blocks is a good plan because they're all in one place.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, for instance, with service accommodation, there are corporate companies who will take you on as a client, but they want you to have multiple units in one place.
Yeah, for their staff and whatever.
Yeah, so they can just throw everyone in there for them, and that's something which I want to
You're
start
looking
doing.
into.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's made you, so how long have you had the 3 for? For a few years now?
Yeah, so the Birmingham one started in 2021,
Yeah.
November, when I got the first one in Birmingham.
So have you been like, since then you had 3, were you thinking about what your next move is? And now you've come to realize that, you know what, I need to scale this up so I can...
Yeah, so what I was actually doing was, okay, let me perfect my systems. Because I've seen a lot of people start up, scale, then they get stuck. Then they have to close down shop. Like, I've seen people disappear.
Yeah.
Very fast, and they owe people money. It's not a good place to be in. I'm never going to be that person where, I get myself into
A situation like that, yeah.
You know, especially the background I'm coming from. I know where that could lead to.
Yeah.
So, I was like, let me do it slowly, systemize it to where I'm like, right, I can give this to anybody, and they'll be able to run it. So that's literally what I did, nice and slow. And now, if I want to scale, it's just about getting the units on and dressing them firsthand. So just having the funds there to go, like, there, bam, everything's in, it's go.
Yeah.
And there's no faffing around trying to get this sorted, make sure everything works. I know my stuff works.
Yeah. You spend time on it, and you know what's happening now.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned background.
Yeah.
Tell me something that nobody knows about. Because you give me a little hint there, and I thought I'm stepping into that.
As far as Muslims, we believe we don't want to, you don't tell people your sins, right? But let's just say I know the street life.
Yeah. Have you been in prison?
No.
Okay. So
thankfully, I escaped it.
Did you? So you were you a gang member?
No. Was never a member of gangs. I know people in gangs.
Yeah.
But I was around all of that.
Yeah.
Been in and around it, seen it firsthand. Had
Involved in it.
Involved, yeah. Have the spoils of it as well. In terms of negatively.
Yeah. Was that because of your environment where you was brought up?
Yeah, environment. Definitely environment. Environment is important.
Got it.
You have to. Even with that environment, I knew where I wanted to go.
Really? Yeah. Even then, you knew when you was up to naughtiness, you thought, this is not.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone that is in that place? What to do to snap out of it?
So
what did you do?
The first thing I would definitely say is, firstly, look around.
Yeah.
It's important to look around, see what's actually going on around you. You've got to be aware. So, got to be aware of what you're doing. Got to be aware of what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And then looking at yourself in, 5 years' time, if I continue down this path, where I'm going to be 10 years' time, if I don't stop what I'm doing, and let's say, give yourself the worst case scenario first.
Yeah.
And work back from that. And then what's the best case? And you'll realize that the best case is you to just move away from that, whatever it is you're doing, move away from it and start doing something more productive. Even if you're doing something once a day, which is helping you get forward. Like, you hear a lot of people who are into like street life, they don't even read. Start reading a book. Pick up one book, read 1 page a day. Like, just do something which is positive.
Good advice there. Good advice. I noticed you had your hands like that. Is it just natural, or does it mean anything?
It's just a natural thing. Like, I'm always, I don't know.
I was just checking. I thought it meant something.
No. It's just a natural.
Okay, that's fine.
Disposition which I have.
I have seen a lot of people do that though, and I thought, what is that?
I've seen a lot of people do like this Andrew Tate thing.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what that is. But
that's what I was thinking.
This is how I hold my hands like this. So
yeah.
This is how my dad used to hold his hands.
Maybe he copied you though.
I don't know. I either hold my hands like this or like this or open, because that's.
Yeah. Okay, so talking about books.
Yeah.
Do you read books?
Oh yeah.
A lot?
I've always read. So
from day one,
From when I was a little boy, always read books.
So I know everyone says rich dad, poor dad, right?
Yeah.
Just generally asking, what if you had to pick up until now 5 books for someone to read who is on the streets, who doesn't have a clue about business, who doesn't have a clue about personal development, and you say read these 5 books, and you will be a lot in a better place.
Okay.
What 5 would you pick, or even 3?
Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
That one teaches you about money management.
Okay.
That's vital. That one, if you read that book and you understand and you imply that, whoo, yeah, it's very, very strong.
Good, yeah.
That book.
Yeah.
And it's a short book as well.
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich, that one, and I would also say The Compound Effect.
Okay.
Because that will help you think about not just compounding positively, but also you understand that you can compound negatively as well.
Yeah.
So those are a few books I would say.
Interesting. Are you currently reading a book now, or?
At the minute, I haven't picked one up for a couple months, but there's some which I've got on my shelf which I haven't read yet.
You need to start reading them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess life is just crazy. Sometimes life does come in, it just disrupts you sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but also if you don't have like the discipline to just sit and read the actual page per page, there's audiobooks as well. I've got a massive library of audiobooks which I give out to people for free as well.
Really?
You know, when they say, "Oh, do you got a book I could recommend?" and I see that a group chat, I just give my whole folder.
Yeah.
Enjoy. So yeah, there's loads of things. One of my favorite books is what's it called? The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Okay.
That one's very, very, very powerful book.
The power of the
subconscious mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Subconscious.
But obviously, the best book is the Quran. So.
Of course. It teaches you everything, right?
Everything. Yeah.
Everything it teaches you. Yeah. It's not. People just think it's a religious book. It's everything.
Not. It's way more than that, you know, and it takes a lot to try and. Even I don't understand it, like, because obviously, one, I don't understand Arabic, but that's only the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to understand Arabic first, but then
Yeah.
you have to understand what all the different. There's like 9 different meanings just for the word friend.
Yeah,
right? So different words. Sorry. So it's like you've got to understand the complexity of it. It's a beautiful language.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned streets a little bit.
Yeah.
I want you to share something which you've never shared before. Something about you that is a secret, not is a secret, but something that nobody knows. It could be a talent you've got. It could be that you've just never spoke about it, or whatever. Hey YouTube, I'm really sorry to cut you off, but I have to share this with you. I want you to get to your next level, and I believe that personal development is the gateway to success. So what I've done is I've gone and created a 7-day free audio course. This is totally free. All you have to do is sign up, and from day 1 till day 7, every single day, you will receive a 2-minute audio from me, which will elevate your mindset and give you power in your business. Make sure you go and sign up and let me know how you find it.
Oh, I've got loads of hidden talents, man.
Whatever the first thing that came to your mind.
I don't know. I mean, people are realizing that I can bake now. I've been doing that since I was like. I'm sure you've seen some stuff.
Cookies. What's going on there with the cookies?
So, the cookie thing, I've started up like business with the cookies for the children to understand business.
So that is a business on its own.
Yeah.
So what, you're supplying cookies? You're supplying cookies to schools?
No, not to schools. So at the minute, I've just been supplying to people who are in my network. So I've had some orders yesterday.
Yeah.
And we baked them with my kids so they understand. I went out to buy the ingredients. I said, this is how much we spent. They've written that down.
Yeah.
This is how much we're going to sell them for, so they don't know the profit and the
you're
the
teaching them.
so they know they understand that. They understand the production.
You're making them at home, right?
Yeah. I'm making them at home, so they're understanding the basics of business.
Got it.
Something they don't teach you in school.
No.
There's another thing. And yeah, it's basically for them to understand that, you know, any idea you have, or even something which you enjoy doing, you can make it into a business.
Of course.
If you just try.
Got it.
So the first thing is try. Like, there are people who will be out there, but what about this? Oh, I don't know this. Have you tried?
Yes.
Just try. Even if this thing fails, it doesn't matter. It's something which they can talk about years later and say, oh, when I was 10, 12, like, I started a company with my dad. Life experience.
So what are you looking to do with this cookie business then?
Just see where it goes.
Okay.
I mean, I know the product is good.
Yeah.
So we'll just see where it goes. I mean, it's not about becoming.
You could be supplying all dessert shops in.
We could be bigger than Millie's Cookies. You know, you never know. So just see. You got to start somewhere. So just
Of course.
start. Like I enjoy doing the baking. I've got a recipe which I've refined over years of.
So it's your recipe, no one else.
Yeah.
Bro, go to all the shops in Birmingham. They'll take them off you all day.
We'll do a thing. I mean, the feedback has been amazing. Like people are just loving them. So I know that there's a hidden thing there which I've had for years, just sitting in my kitchen doing, which can.
That could be the next big thing.
That could be the next thing. Who knows? But that's one. That's people are knowing about that now. They're starting to understand that now.
Yeah.
What other skills I have? So I used to play around with web design throughout my school year. So I used to build websites all the time. Websites, databases, spreadsheets, all that sort of stuff. Because I was an IT geek, as you would say.
Yeah.
So there's those skills as well. I'm very analytical.
Are you?
Yeah. I analyze everything.
Everything.
I overanalyze sometimes, but that's just part and parcel of
me
someone who analyzes stuff, isn't it? But you have to know when to snap yourself back in and say, okay, don't overthink things. What else would I say that people don't know about me? I've been stabbed before.
You've been stabbed?
I've been stabbed. I've been shot.
Was this when you was on the streets?
I wasn't actually on the streets. I was just helping a friend out with something, and we just ended up.
So where have you been shot?
That's just environment.
And so meaning like, did you get shot at? Or?
No, shot at, like.
Okay.
Because of environment.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. I mean, there's.
That's interesting.
There's a lot of past which I don't talk about.
Yeah. Maybe you should, because you know what it is. Because there's a lot of people that are just lost.
Yeah, that's true.
But use that to, in a positive way, even though it was something bad.
Yeah.
Something good came out of it, and look where you are now, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everything that I've been through in my life.
Yeah.
Even from, say, since I was a child.
Yeah.
All the experiences. I have a very, very strong memory. So I remember everything.
Yeah.
So it's like when I look back at things, I'm like, okay. Throughout all of these things which happened, there was always still positivity there.
Of course.
And there was always like, I always wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to do it, and I took action to do it, then, you know, it can be done.
Of course, and look where you are today, right?
That's it.
You're in a really, really good place, and you've got options.
That's
but
it.
You've done the stuff that's got you into this place, so...
Yeah, you got to take action. Action is the biggest thing. Yes, you need a bit of knowledge to do stuff, but even if you've got small knowledge and you take action on that knowledge, the smallest amount of thing you do, it creates a domino effect.
Totally.
Wow.
I always say that to people.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. So what is some last words you want to leave people with? Any advice, anything? Just spit some bars at people.
Spit some bars? Well, I used to be an MC, so there's no...
Get the drums going, Shell.
Nah. We keep it halal now, bro.
I was just joking.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything anybody wants to do in terms of whether it be in business or anything which they think, oh, I want to try that one day, don't become the one day, statistic that everybody becomes. I'll do this one day, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this tomorrow. Do something now that's going to help you tomorrow, where you can say, I'm so happy I did that yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, always do something now. My dad used to say this thing, if something takes less than 5 minutes, do it now. So that's what I would say. That's probably the biggest advice I would give, is if there's something you want to do and it only takes a small amount of your time, just do it straight away.
Well, I think that's a great way to wrap things up. If something you need to do and if it takes less than 5 minutes, then just do it. And don't wait till tomorrow, right?
That's it, because tomorrow may never come.
Tomorrow might never come. Jamal, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We'll put everything in the description below so people can get in touch with you. And I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Bye-bye.